Now, if we look back into our architecture, we will notice that in our architecture, the entire pipeline, that is the document ingestion pipeline plus the chat pipeline, both have been implemented. So let's test the flow end to end. But before we test, we need to enable CORS into our API gateway. Otherwise, our front end might throw an CORS error, that is cross origin resource sharing error. So in order to avoid that, we need to enable the CORS in our API gateway. So let's do that. So in the API gateway console, go to the CORS tab in the left hand side, click configure, and here you need to give the allowed origins. In this case, it will be the URL of our front end, that is the deployed URL of our front end. So in another tab, we go to our CloudFront console, and we go to our distribution and just copy the domain name from here. Go back to our API gateway console and paste it here. You can also add the localhost origin in case it works. So in our case, the React app is running at port 5173. So access control allow headers, you keep it as, let's say, star. Then in access control allow methods, you select everything like get, post, options, patch, put. Let's select the delete as well. And let's keep the value as 564000 as the milliseconds for maximum age. And let's click save. So in our front end code, so if you open the .env file, you will notice that we were using the byte API base as the localhost one. So now we need to replace this with our API gateway URL. Once this is done, you may need to do some additional changes in your chat interface.tsx file. So basically the idea is to, while uploading the document, the logic should first try to get the pre-signed URL using the slash upload endpoint, like I have shown you in the previous video. And then once that is done, in the next step, it should upload the original document to the S3 bucket and with some additional progress tracking. So let's test this. As you can see, this is my CloudFront URL. So now I'm just going to ask a simple query. Let's say, what is the scaling strategy in Kubernetes? So once I hit enter, ideally what it should do, the system behind should execute the endpoint slash chat from the Kubernetes through the API gateway. So let's hit enter and test it. Voila! So we have got our query response successfully. So to test the upload document flow, you need to make a small fix. So you come to the S3 bucket and specifically get inside the documents S3 bucket. Go to the permissions tab, and here, so under CORS, you need to apply this CORS policy. So the reason we are doing this here, in spite of doing the applying the same into the API gateway, is the pre-signed URL that we will be getting will be a S3 bucket URL, which the front end will be directly using to upload the document. So that the S3 bucket allows the front end to upload the document, you need to apply CORS on top of it as well. Now save changes.